This is Your Fast Life news brief, and this is Carlisle from Your Fast Life. With whatever's left of my voice, I'll keep this brief. About a week ago or so, I announced that there was a recall, or there's going to be a recall on the Yamaha R1M. There's going to be a limited bikes, and if you remember, if you guys were smart enough to subscribe to my channel, Your Fast Life, my main channel, then you remember that I said there was something fishy about the recall. They were talking about it was only going to be some of the bikes that are going to be recalled, and that there was going to be a change in the design of the transmission to fix the problem. And if you remember, I said to you guys, I said, why on earth would they only be changing some of the bikes? If there's a problem with the design, right? Unless they change the design somewhere in the manufacturing process, right? And they thought that these bikes that had the different design would be okay for some reason. So whatever. Why I can't even talk. Should not be doing live things when my voice is messed up. Anyway, I'll keep this really brief. Wow, this is pretty bad. Um, ooh. Why would, if there's a problem with the transmission, why would you only change the design on some of them? What about the other bikes that are out there, right? Unless you're trying to say that the design of the transmission was already changed at some point in time during the manufacturing process. But if that's the case, it doesn't make any sense. You have some bikes that are using an old design and some using a new design. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. To me, if there's a flaw with the transmission, you've got to recall all the bikes. The only reason to recall a certain batch of bikes is if there was a manufacturing problem. So not a design issue, a manufacturing problem. So, during the manufacturing process, something happened, someone made a mistake, so they have to correct the mistake, not the design flaw. So if there's a problem with the design, I assume all the bikes have the same design, right? So you have to recall all the bikes. The only reason not to recall the bikes is if some of the bikes have different designs. So why would you have two different designs of the transmission for the R1M? Doesn't make any sense. All I can say is right now the latest news that we're getting is that they're actually going to be recalling all of the bikes. So for those of you guys that thought you were going to escape this, 650E, I'm talking yo, you guys are going to have to recall your bikes. Now, what is this going to mean for the dealers? They're going to take about a $500 hit, most likely. Um, whether or not Yamaha is going to cover that for them or not, don't know. The actual repair work is going to be about possibly $2,000 per bike. That's what Asphalt and Rubber is saying. So we're talking about millions and millions of dollars in losses for Yamaha. So at the end of the day, we could be looking at potential. Uh, Look at all the profits that they've made for all those bikes, and then look at how much money this recall is going to cost them, and they might just be a little bit too close. Those two numbers might be too close. Let's say they made 10 million in profit, just throwing random numbers out, 10 million in profit, and this recall is going to cost them 8 million, 9 million, or maybe 10 million. You're talking about losing all of your profits. Um, Either way, this is going to be very, very bad for Yamaha. So I don't know what the repercussions are going to be for them, otherwise. But one thing that's definitely interesting that I agree with Asphalt and Rubber on is that they're saying that this could actually be a good glimpse into Yamaha as a company. How are they going to handle this recall? So far, I'm not all that impressed. I hate to give information that's not coming directly from the source, but that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Why am I doing that? Because I have no information from Yamaha. Yamaha has not told me anything. My understanding is the the owners of the bikes have not been contacted, um, at least on a grand scale. So a lot of problems as far as communication from Yamaha. Yamaha is not really saying much. we expected to have the official details on the recall, I think last week or something like that, and we still don't have anything official from Yamaha. So what the hell is going on? I mean, obviously there's a lot of repercussions of what's happening here. This is serious. This is major. We're talking about some serious dollar signs. So it's a delicate matter. So I understand that, but from the outside looking in, it does not look very good. You know, we have to ask questions like, why was this design flaw missed? At the same time, we have to appreciate that they did recognize it. And actually, how did they recognize it exactly? That's another good question. How did they recognize this? How did they figure out that there was a problem with this bike? Um, how did this design flaw get to the design process? And what's up? What's the official story? Why is Yamaha so quiet? Why aren't they telling us, you know, when is this going to happen? How long is it going to take? Why do I have to be reporting from third party, um, asphalt and rubber? Thanks for you guys, giving us information, but I'd really rather be telling you guys what Yamaha is saying. So I'm expecting that you're going to get an official word from Yamaha pretty soon. Um, and I really hope so. Especially, well, what's about to happen. I'm going out to New York for the New York motorcycle show on Saturday, so you better believe I'll be going to the Yamaha booth. Yamaha, I'm looking for you. So I'm gonna have a talk with Yamaha and see what the story is, if I can get any information for you guys. But as of now, it looks like no one's gonna escape this recall. If you're riding a Yamaha bike, then expect that you're gonna be getting a recall notice in the mail, and 15.8 hours of work is gonna be required to fix the transmission. And that's all she wrote. This is a Your Fast Life Motorcycle channel news brief. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I got a lot of coverage of all the 2016 motorcycles coming up on my main channel. This is Your Fast Life 2. My main channel is where you're going to see a lot of coverage of all the latest bikes from 2016. Coverage of the motorcycle show, if my voice is good by Saturday. Oh man, a little the pressure. Anyway, this is one of the best motorcycle channels on YouTube, so definitely subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Thumbs up the video, share the video, and thank you for watching. And I'm out.